Hey everyone, get ready. We're diving deep today into mindful presence and gratitude. Two concepts that can, well, seriously upgrade your life.
Yeah.
Our source material today, excerpts from a Q&A with Grandmaster WaXhira,
Interesting.
leader of the sacred Atlantean Brotherhood.
Okay.
Now, before you think we're going full-on mystical,
Right.
we're focusing on practical techniques he shares.
All right.
You know, the kind that unlock some inner peace and maybe even, well, spark some personal growth.
Okay.
You ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I find fascinating is how Grandmaster WaXhira, he positions mindful presence as like the foundation for everything else. It's not just about finding a moment of calm.
Right.
It's about cultivating awareness, like
Yeah.
in every aspect of your life.
So it's more than just meditation, right?
Right.
Because, to be honest, when I hear mindful presence,
Yeah.
my brain immediately jumps to sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop.
Yeah, I know.
Which isn't exactly my daily routine.
Right, that's a common misconception. Mindful presence is about training your mind to be present in any situation.
Okay.
Think of it as like building a mental muscle
Okay.
that lets you like fully experience life instead of operating on autopilot.
Okay. I'm intrigued. The source mentions specific techniques for this, like meditation, breath awareness, and sensory grounding.
Right.
Let's break those down. Meditation I kind of get, but what's the deal with breath awareness?
It's incredibly powerful, actually.
Right.
The breath is always with you, right?
Sure.
By simply focusing on the sensation of each inhale and exhale,
Okay.
you create an anchor to the present moment.
So it's like a...
It's like a mini vacation for your mind. And you can do it anytime, anywhere.
Okay. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed,
Right.
I can just take a few deep breaths and sort of...
Reset.
yeah.
Reset, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a simple but effective way to interrupt those spiraling thoughts and bring yourself back to a state of calm.
That's a great takeaway right there. What about sensory grounding? The name makes it sound like I need to go hug a tree or something.
Well, connecting with nature is one way to do it.
Okay.
But sensory grounding can be as simple as really paying attention to your senses
Okay.
in any given moment.
Okay.
Remember that meal I mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Where you were so focused on the flavors and textures.
Right. Yeah, I was really enjoying it.
That's it.
Okay.
You were fully present, experiencing the food, like with all your senses.
Okay. So it's about tuning in to what's happening right now rather than letting my mind wander off to my to-do list or, that embarrassing thing I said 5 years ago.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's where the real magic of mindful presence starts to unfold.
Okay.
When you're grounded in the present, you're less reactive, more aware of your choices, and better able to connect with yourself and the world around you.
That sounds pretty amazing, but also maybe a little out of reach.
Right.
How does someone even, begin to cultivate that kind of mindful presence, especially if they're, not living on a mountaintop?
It's all about practice.
Okay.
Start with small, manageable steps.
Right.
Instead of trying to meditate for an hour, try just 5 minutes of focused breathing.
Okay.
When you're eating, put your phone away and really savor each bite.
Right.
Notice the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sounds around you, the feeling of your feet on the ground. These are all like mini exercises in mindful presence.
I love that. It's like sneaking in mindfulness
Right.
throughout your day without having to overhaul your entire life.
Right.
Okay, great.
But how does gratitude
how does gratitude
tie into all of this?
I'm sensing a connection here.
You're spot on.
Okay.
What's fascinating is how Grandmaster WaXhira sees gratitude, not just as a feeling,
Okay.
but as a practice that amplifies mindful presence and leads to profound shifts in perspective.
So it's more than just saying thank you for things.
Much more. He describes it as a deliberate shifting of focus
Okay.
from what's missing in your life
Right.
to what's abundant right now.
Okay, yeah.
It's about training your mind to notice and appreciate the good, even amidst challenges.
I can see how that would be powerful.
Yeah.
When you're focused on what you're grateful for, you're less likely to dwell on the negative, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And this shift in perspective can have a ripple effect throughout your life. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending like everything's perfect.
Right.
It's about choosing where you place your attention, which, as we've been discussing with mindful presence,
Yeah.
it's a powerful tool in itself.
Okay, I'm starting to get the bigger picture here,
Right.
but let's get specific.
Sure.
How do we actually cultivate this gratitude? I know Grandmaster WaXhira recommends journaling.
He does.
Okay.
And it's a fantastic practice.
Okay.
The simple act of regularly writing down things you're grateful for
Uh-huh.
can rewire your brain to seek out the positive.
Mm.
But it's not the only way.
Right.
Expressing appreciation to others
Right.
is another powerful tool.
Oh.
Telling someone you appreciate them,
Oh.
acknowledging their kindness, or simply offering like a genuine compliment, these small acts can have a huge impact
Yeah.
on both the giver and the receiver.
So it's about actively choosing to focus on the good, both within ourselves and in our interactions with others.
Precisely. And the
Sure.
more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Uh-huh.
It's like building a gratitude muscle.
I love that analogy. It's
Yeah.
not about being grateful all the time, which can feel forced. It's about making it a practice that strengthens over time.
Exactly. And that's where we'll pick up after a short break. We'll be diving deeper into Grandmaster WaXhira's teachings on gratitude and how it connects to this idea of dissolving the illusion of separation.
Sounds good. Can't wait. Stay
Well,
tuned.
Stay tuned.
And we're back, ready to delve deeper into Grandmaster WaXhira's teachings on gratitude.
All right.
Before the break, you mentioned this idea of dissolving the illusion of separation.
Right.
That sounds pretty profound, but also a little cryptic.
Yeah.
Can you unpack that for us?
It's a core concept in many spiritual traditions.
Okay.
And Grandmaster WaXhira, he speaks to it beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
He's suggesting that gratitude isn't just about feeling good.
Okay.
It's about recognizing our interconnectedness
Mm-hmm.
with everything around us.
Okay.
When we're truly grateful,
Uh-huh.
we acknowledge that we're not isolated individuals,
Okay.
but part of a larger web of life.
So it's about shifting from an I perspective to a we perspective, seeing ourselves as part of something much bigger.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about appreciating the countless ways we're supported
Mm-hmm.
and sustained
Mm.
by others, by nature, by the very forces that make life possible.
Yeah.
And that recognition can be incredibly humbling
Right.
and liberating.
I'm thinking about those moments when I've felt overwhelmed by gratitude. Like when I see a breathtaking sunset or experience an act of unexpected kindness. It does feel like a connection to something larger than myself.
Those are perfect examples.
Yeah.
And Grandmaster WaXhira suggests that those moments of deep connection are available to us all the time,
Okay.
not just in extraordinary circumstances.
Right.
It's about cultivating a mindset of gratitude that allows us to see the extraordinary within the ordinary.
That makes sense. But it's easy to lose sight of that when you're caught up in the daily grind.
Right.
How do we stay connected to that sense of interconnectedness?
Right.
Especially when life gets chaotic.
That's where the practices of mindful presence and gratitude become so important.
Yep.
They're not just things you do for like a few minutes a day.
Right.
They're tools that can help you navigate the ups and downs of life
Right.
with greater awareness and resilience.
So it's about integrating these practices into our daily lives.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Grandmaster WaXhira talks about infusing every moment
Uh-huh.
with intention and awareness.
Okay.
It's about approaching even mundane tasks with a sense of presence and purpose.
Can you give us an example of what that might look like?
Imagine you're washing the dishes,
Okay.
a task that many people find tedious.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of rushing through it mindlessly,
Uh-huh.
what if you approached it with a sense of gratitude
Okay.
for the food you've enjoyed, for the clean water you have access to, for the simple act of providing nourishment
Yeah.
for yourself or your family?
It's like turning a chore into a ritual.
Exactly. And by bringing that level of awareness and intention to the task,
Mm-hmm.
you're not just washing dishes.
Yeah.
You're cultivating presence, practicing gratitude, and connecting to something larger than yourself.
That's a powerful reframing. I'm starting to see how even the most ordinary activities can become opportunities for growth and connection.
That's the beauty of these practices.
Mm.
They empower us to find meaning and purpose in every moment,
Okay.
not just in the big dramatic ones.
And that brings us back to the idea of mindful presence. We talked about techniques like breath awareness and sensory grounding, but we haven't really delved into meditation.
Right.
What role does meditation play in this grand scheme of things?
Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating the very qualities we've been discussing: presence, awareness, gratitude.
Hmm.
It's about creating space
Okay.
for stillness and silence, allowing thoughts and emotions to arise and pass
Hmm.
without getting swept away by them.
So it's not about emptying your mind completely, which I always thought was the goal of meditation.
Right. It's more about observing your thoughts and feelings
Hmm.
without judgment.
Hmm.
And in that space of non-judgmental observation,
Hmm.
you can start to cultivate a sense of spaciousness and peace
Hmm.
that extends beyond your meditation practice and into your daily life.
That sounds incredibly beneficial, but also maybe a little intimidating.
Yeah.
For someone who's never meditated before, where do they even begin?
Grandmaster WaXhira emphasizes that even a few minutes of daily meditation
Mm-hmm.
can make a profound difference.
Hmm.
He recommends finding a quiet space, sitting in a comfortable position, and simply focusing on your breath.
Sounds simple enough, but what if your mind starts racing with thoughts?
That's completely normal.
Okay.
The key is to simply notice those thoughts
Right.
without getting caught up in them.
Okay.
Gently redirect your attention back to your breath
Hmm.
over and over again. It's like training a puppy.
Right.
It takes patience and persistence.
Hmm.
But over time, you'll find it easier to settle into a state of stillness and presence.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah,
And it highlights that this is a journey, not a destination.
right,
There's no perfect way to meditate or practice gratitude.
right.
It's about finding what works for you and committing to the practice.
Exactly. And as you continue on this journey, you'll likely discover, as Grandmaster Waxira suggests, that mindful presence and gratitude are not just practices, they're gateways to a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
I love that. And I think it's a perfect segue into the next part of our deep dive, where we'll explore how these practices can help us find meaning and purpose in even the most mundane aspects of life.
Right.
But before we do that, let's take a quick break. Okay, and we're back. Ready to explore how mindful presence and gratitude can, well, help us find meaning and purpose in, those everyday moments that often slip by unnoticed.
Right.
I've been thinking about what Grandmaster Waxhira said about, infusing every moment with intention and awareness.
Right.
It's a beautiful concept, but it also feels a bit daunting.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
It starts with a simple shift in perspective. Instead of viewing routine tasks as like chores to be endured, we can choose to see them as opportunities for practice, as moments to cultivate presence and connect with a deeper sense of purpose.
So instead of mindlessly rushing through my morning commute,
Right.
I could use that time to practice gratitude for having a job to go to, for the transportation that gets me there, for the opportunity to contribute to something, larger than myself.
Exactly. Or instead of feeling resentful about having to fold laundry, you could approach it with a sense of appreciation.
Okay.
For the clothes that keep you warm, for the hands that are able to do the work, for the simple act of caring for yourself and your belongings.
It's about finding those hidden gems of meaning in the everyday tapestry of life, isn't it?
Precisely. And as we bring this level of awareness to our daily routines, we start to transform them from mundane obligations into mindful rituals.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of something else Grandmaster Waxhira emphasized, the importance of aligning our actions with our values.
Yeah. Yes, he speaks to this often. He suggests that when we live intentionally, when our actions are guided by our deepest values, we experience a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment.
So it's not just about doing things mindfully, but about doing things that are aligned with what truly matters to us.
Exactly. It's about asking ourselves, why am I doing this?
Mm.
And ensuring that our actions are in harmony with our core beliefs and aspirations.
That makes a lot of sense. But it also raises the question, how do we know what our values are? I think a lot of people struggle with that.
It's a process of self-discovery, and it often involves reflecting on our experiences, identifying what brings us joy and a sense of purpose, and considering what kind of impact we want to have on the world.
So it's about paying attention to those moments when we feel truly alive and asking ourselves, what is it about this experience that lights me up?
Precisely. And as we gain clarity about our values, we can start to make choices that are aligned with them, even in the smallest of moments.
It's like weaving those values into the fabric of our daily lives.
Exactly. And when we do that, we start to experience a sense of coherence and integrity that that ripples outward, impacting not only our own lives, but the lives of those those around us.
This has been such an insightful conversation.
Yeah, have has.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Grandmaster WaXhira's teachings on mindful presence and gratitude, what are some key takeaways you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I think the most important message is that these practices aren't just abstract concepts. They're tools for living a richer, more fulfilling, and more meaningful life.
Right.
They're about cultivating presence, embracing gratitude, and aligning our actions with our values.
And it's a journey, not a destination. You
Right.
don't have to be perfect at it. It's about showing up each day with intention and a willingness to practice.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And as Grandmaster WaXhira reminds us, even the smallest steps taken with awareness and purpose can lead to profound transformation.
So as you go about your day, ask yourself, what can I be present for today?
Yeah.
What am I grateful for in this moment? And how can I align my actions with my values?
By asking these questions, you're not just living your life, you're
Yeah.
consciously creating it.
And that's a powerful reminder for us all. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into mindful presence and gratitude.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and practical tools to enhance your daily life. Until next time, keep diving deep.